You get a quote from your local CNC supplier and the price is high, and then someone tells you to try China and you're not sure if the quality will be there, if you can trust the factory, or how long it will take. And every answer you find online is either marketing or just an anecdote. So we analyzed 1,118 real quotes across 456 verified CNC factories in China, and this is what the data actually shows, and here is where most buyers get it wrong. This video is brought to you by Haizol, a marketplace connecting companies with CNC factories in China. How much does CNC machining cost in China? The most common assumption is China is cheaper across the board. The data is more specific than that. The typical saving after freight and import duties is 42% compared to a Western supplier. Now that is the median. The top end of the real data is 83% off on the same part. Now the mistake most buyers make is they assume the savings come from location alone, but they do not. The difference between a good factory choice and a bad one within China is larger than the gap between China and the West altogether. Now, who you source from matters more than where. We looked at the numbers and one thing stood out. Only 1 in 4 orders asked for multi-tier pricing at 10 units, 100 units, and 1,000 units. Now the ones who did got 37% off at mid-volume and 54% off at scale. Now those discounts are already built into supplier pricing models. Most buyers just never ask for them. Can Chinese CNC shops hit tight tolerances? The most common assumption is Chinese factories cannot handle precision work. The audit data says otherwise though. 48% of factories offer Swiss machining, which is the process used for medical implants and precision fasteners. 39% run EDM for mold, cavities, and micro holes. 38.8% operate 5-axis milling centers from DMG Mori, Mazak, and Makino. Now the same machines found in European aerospace supply chains. The industries these factories actually serve, well, 43% serve aerospace, nearly 60% serve medical, 69% serve automotive, industries where a tolerance miss means the part gets rejected, full stop. Now the mistake is not asking which specific process a factory runs before sending the RFQ. The capability is there. Matching it to your part is the variable that most buyers skip. China CNC machining lead times and what to expect. The most common assumption is that you need to order in bulk for China to make sense. Now 43% of all orders in the dataset were for 1 to 5 units. Those small prototype orders attracted an average of 19 competing quotes, the same competition as large production runs. Now the reason is this: in Chinese manufacturing, quoting a prototype is a relationship signal. A factory that takes on a small order is telling you that it wants to grow with you. And that is why small runs get taken as seriously as production orders. With regards to speed, well, the median first quote came in under 1 hour, 90% within 6 hours. And once the order is placed, prototype parts by air are 10 to 17 days end to end. Sea freight is about 30 to 45 days. Now the mistake here is assuming that China requires large volumes or long timelines before it makes financial sense. The data does not support that idea. How reliable are Chinese CNC suppliers? The most common assumption is China is one single market with one reliability profile. The overall quote commitment rate across 1,118 quotes is 98%, which is a strong number, but where it comes from matters significantly. 82% of China's CNC machining capacity sits in 3 provinces. 90% is concentrated in 2 coastal regions, the Yangtze River Delta and the Pearl River Delta. Now, Jiangsu, which is Suzhou, Wuxi, Yangzhou, 100% commitment rate across every tracked quote. For Guangdong, which is Dongguan, Shenzhen, Zhongshan, 99%. Highest 5-axis concentration of any province. Zhejiang, which is Ningbo and Hangzhou, there's 91%, which is strongest in automotive and industrial work. The mistake here is treating China as one supplier pool. Province selection is a quality and a reliability decision, not a logistics detail, and most buyers never even think about it. How to find a CNC machining supplier in China. The most common mistake is getting one quote and then calling it sourcing. Now the data recommends 7 to 10 quotes per RFQ. One quote gives you a China price. 7 quotes gives you China's competitive price. That is a very different number. So 4 things to do on every RFQ. Number 1 is ask for multi-tier pricing. 10 units, 100, 1,000. This unlocks 37 to 54% off pricing already sitting in supplier models. Now, number 2, you want to ask for real production examples, not stock photos, but actual parts made for similar applications. 3, you want to check if they handle finishing in-house. Now, 60% of audited factories do anodizing, plating, and powder coating themselves, so you may not need a second supplier if that's the case. 4, verify the factory before you commit. Equipment, certifications, workforce even, quality control processes, factory photos. Not promises, you want documentation. Now Haizol does this for every factory before they receive a single RFQ. You upload a CAD file and you get quotes from 8 or more pre-screened factories within 24 hours, all visible side by side. That's 5 questions: pricing, tolerances, lead times, reliability, and how to find the right factory. Now you have data-backed answers to all of those questions. Now the full report is free, no paywall, full methodology, all 456 factories, and the link is in the description below. Now if you're ready to get quotes, then upload your CAD file and get responses from verified factories within 24 hours. That link is in the description too. If this was useful, go ahead and subscribe. We cover manufacturing and sourcing every week.